so much as we continue to, with this whole thing of just a few minutes with two women of faith. We're in the book of Ruth. We've seen now this story has gone from one of destitute now to the one filled with some sense of hope that these two women of faith, that they'll be able to make it, perhaps. That they'll be able to make it. So we continue on now, as we're in chapter 2. And so, Ruth, as she returns, she gets back to her mother-in-law after these provisions that Boaz has made for her to make sure that she can continue to get harvest. And so now Naomi, seeing this, knows that, while she left to just get, see if possibly she could just get some residue from the, from the harvest. But then when Ruth returns, my goodness, it's more than just the residue of the harvest. It's the harvest. Verse 19 in chapter 2. Where did you gather all this grain today? Naomi asked. Where did you work? May the Lord bless the one who helped you. So Ruth told her mother-in-law about the man in whose field she had worked. She said, the man I work with today is named Boaz. May the Lord bless him, Naomi told her daughter-in-law. He is showing his kindness to us as well as to your dead husband. That man is one of our closest relatives, one of our family redeemers, Then Ruth said, what's more, Boaz even told me to come back and stay with his harvesters until the entire harvest is completed. And here, of course, we get to see Jesus at work. All through the Old Testament, Jesus is in every book. He's concealed. And here, he's the relative redeemer, or the redeeming relative, is how we see Jesus Christ. And he is in this type. Boaz is a type of Jesus as we see him here. And that's when she says he is one of our family redeemers. Just about in every family, there's like a person who is kind of like the center focus of the family. They're the ones who tend to, be the sponsors of family reunions, things of that nature. Most of the family talk to them, look for leadership. And that person is looked upon, as family leadership. And that's what Boaz was. He was a redeemer. What some folks call the kinsman redeemer. Kinsman redeemer. You'll hear that term. And so here Naomi discovers that, that this person, the reason why this great harvest, this great amount of food that's come from Ruth is because the kinsman redeemer has identified Ruth and has made provisions for Ruth. You can see the sense of light and excitement in Naomi's life. But the title that we've given this is that Naomi never cursed God. She may have said things are difficult. She may have said that, I am in a circumstance of bitterness. But remember I said, but she never was bitter. Her circumstance was bitter, And she returns home. And she even tells the persons about her circumstance. But you never see her cursing God. She never did as Job's wife said. You need to curse your God and die. She never did that. And so we see that sometimes it may appear, like I've said before, that you've been in a barren land. But the door is opening. And I tell you, it surely is. Naomi never cursed God. Hallelujah.